Let's hope this video isn't flagged by YouTube. So, I never come down this road. I just left the peach orchard. There's not much to see. It's hard to get your bearings. But I'm just east. Let me see. Yeah, just kind of east of the peach orchard. So, I just stopped because I saw a plaque to Kershaw's Brigade, mentioned in the last video. Yeah. Some monuments up the street, mostly to, as you might guess, New York, and maybe some brigades and regiments from Pennsylvania. But I've never read this sign, so let's read this sign together. Capturing the Carnage. On July 5th, photographer and Scottish immigrant Alexander Gardner and his assistants Timothy O'Sullivan and James Gibson arrived at Gettysburg to document the carnage. Gardner's photographs of the Antietam battlefield in 1862 had elicited strong emotional responses from viewers. The Gettysburg aftermath would undoubtedly do the same. Here at the 280-acre Rose Farm, between 6,000 and 7,000 Union and Confederate soldiers were killed, wounded, or captured on July the 2nd. By the way, once again, happy 162. It is July the 2nd here. Taping live. Hopefully you see most of these today or in the next couple days. Gardner took approximately 20 images of dead soldiers lying across the battlefield. These graphic images stripped away the pageantry of warfare, replacing it with gritty realism and the true cost of battle. Once again, something I wish people would think about a little more deeply when they're thinking about Gettysburg, and not just, you know, mythology and heroism and stuff like that. There's Gardner. And there are lots of dead bodies. The cost of this war is nearly immeasurable. Not just in terms of casualties, guys, in terms of everything, in terms of the damage that it did to this nation's psyche. It was just awful. Let's all pray that we never come close to where we came 162 years ago. Another thing I was thinking about when I saw the sign for Kershaw's little plaque back there is I forgot to mention, kind of as I did before, about how certain regiments were entirely from, you know, one state or the other. Kershaw's men were all South Carolinians, 100%, I believe, just about 100%. Really kind of funny. Likewise, when it comes to the Peach Orchard and the Devil's Den, as most of you know, or as some of you know, nearly all of Henry Benning's men, Anderson's men, and Semmes's troops were all from Georgia. So a lot of the fighting here on July the 2nd between the Peach Orchard and the Devil's Den, and they kind of seem like really separate guys, but they're pretty close together. And all this fighting happened on July the 2nd between these two battles within the battle. And it just so happened that nearly all the Confederate troops who fought back here in this general vicinity were from South Carolina or Georgia. I just think it's kind of funny. Whoa, funny to note. Sorry, it's just rained and I just almost slipped on a tree root. Oftentimes it was the same with the Union. You know, a lot of regiments, and it was really silly. Okay, but you have to understand Army culture, and you know, a lot of units from the Union Army just didn't get along, if for no other reason than rivalry. So that's why you see many brigades made up of regiments entirely from one state or the other. And sometimes if a division or a brigade had units from multiple states, they would kind of separate them, you know. So say for the Union, you know, you might have this is just hypothetical, okay, you know, you might have a couple units from New Jersey all the way on the flank, and then most of the rest of the regiment or most of the rest of the brigade, regiments in the brigade would be from New York or something like that. Or, you know, you might have divisions where you'd have, you know, a lot of New Yorkers on one side and you'd have a lot of Pennsylvanians on the other side. It just kind of, you know, and the Army always likes to what's the word, compartmentalize things. And, you know, oftentimes it made a lot of sense because, like I said, if nothing, there was just the animosity was just sheerly due to rivalry, almost in a sportsmanlike way. But I'm gonna go for a little hike, guys. Take a little break from taping. You know, I hate spending all my time taping, but I wasn't gonna come visit on the anniversary and not do a few videos for you guys. So we'll kind of keep it moving. I'll go do a little hiking, get some flapjacks. Hopefully when I'm done, we'll have some sun, because we're certainly supposed to be getting some sun in a couple hours or so. And like I said, at that point we'll just kind of saunter around, let you have a look at the hordes of happy visitors, and maybe talk to some folks. We'll see, but we'll keep this one short, and until then, see ya.